What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back to the channel. Dickie Does Audio. Just want to share a video with you guys of a subwoofer build that I did back at the beginning of this year. What you're looking at here is just the outer pieces of the box, the top, bottom, side, front pieces. The subwoofer that I'm building here it has 3 round ports on the bottom of it, and it has the Dayton ultimax 18-inch subwoofer in it. And I have all my wood cut at Home Depot or Lowe's, whichever I'm closest to. But as much as those guys, whenever they're cutting, they may try to cut very precise for you. A lot of times they're still going to be off, an eighth of an inch or something here or there. So it's best just to pre-fit everything and try to find out what board fits best here or there. And if you can figure out what board goes which into what spot, I guess, on the outside, and as long as you can get your outside edges nice and flush and you're not out of square, it makes for a nice, easy build. What I'm doing here is I've already put glue down, and so I put the side piece on, and so now I'm just trying to make sure that I got all of my edges nice and flush. And I'll just take this little Harbor Freight nail gun and use that to put nails in. I don't have any clamps or anything. I already had the nail gun and things like this, so I didn't buy any clamps. Obviously, whichever route is cheapest for you, then that's the route that you should take. So, and what I'm doing here now is this is on the front of the box where the subwoofer is going to go and where the 3 ports are going to go. And so what I do here is if my subwoofer is 24 inches wide and I have 3 ports, okay, well, I'm going to divide that 24 by 3, and it's going to give me roughly 7 3/4 maybe. So if it gives me 7 3/4, then I'm going to section off 3 spots on the bottom of my box at 7 3/4, or whatever it is for your box, however big you build it on the dimensions. So, and then what I'm doing here, because I already sectioned off the 3 spots, or the 3 sections, so now I'm just drawing the crosshairs, the whatever you want to call it. Just your lines to get your center point. And you do this in all 3 sections to make sure that you get all of your ports lined up nice. And that way that it kind of gives you that good, nice manufactured look, if you will. It just makes it kind of pretty at the end, so it doesn't look like it's all jacked up, and you don't have one port that's an inch taller up on the box and the other one ½ inch out of whack. This just allows you to make sure that your ports are all lined up right. And that top line that you're seeing right there too, I think I went up 8 inches from the bottom, so 8 inches, and then the 7 3/4 gave me the exact diameter that I needed to have all 3 ports perfect, I guess you would say, across the bottom. This is just a spot where I started to I was routing out the subwoofer enclosure, and I don't know why I put this in here, because the routing bit that I had wasn't long enough to go through, so I think I wanted to put that in there because I basically got the bit as long as I could, or as deep as I could, and then I had to use a drill bit. This right here is when all of the ports are cut out, obviously. And what I did, why this video is in here, or this clip is in here, is because I wanted to mention this to make sure that everybody knows that doesn't know. if you're going to cut out a circle and you want to recess something and you want it to sit down flush with the box, make sure that you cut that recess portion out before you cut the entire circle out. If you cut that entire circle out and then try to cut the recess part, the outer circle, it's not going to work because you don't have anything left there that's going to hold the jig in place, and it's not going to hold the router. So make sure that you don't cut the circle out before you cut your recess portion of the box out. And this right here, this was actually an accident, I guess you'll call it. Not an accident, but it's just because I drew circles around the brace right there on the inside of the box, and that was my way that I was going to make sure that all of my holes lined up perfect going all the way through the box so I could have braces for the ports on the bottom. And actually what you need to do instead of doing it now, you need to wait until the braces, or not to the braces, but until the ports get added to the box, and then you put the brace up against the port and draw your circle around the inside brace, and it'll give you the exact diameter of the port. And that's just the way to do it. This right here is not the way to do it. And honestly, because I stand up and I kind of pull the brace out and look at it. And like I said, this video, I did this back at the end of March, beginning of April, I think. And so I'm looking at it now, and I think I'm realizing what I did was not the right way. Just look at it and realizing that it's not going to work like that, that I have to put the port in there to get the actual exact diameter that I needed. And this was after I got everything cut out, the ports, the holes on the braces, they are exactly right in this picture or in this clip. If you've seen at the bottom of the box, the front of the ports are put in the box. And so what I did is slid the brace up to the back of the port right there in the box, and then draw your circle around the brace. And like I said, it'll give you that perfect circle that you need, the perfect diameter. And this is actually me doing this right here. I think I got these clips kind of in the wrong spot in this video, so I apologize. But this right here is the way that you want to do that. Yeah. And then there's the two braces inside with the at least there's two ports in there, not three. Just honestly trying to get just the two ports in there with the braces going crooked and whatnot. I put two of them in there and it worked, and the third one I could see they're all lined up, so that was good enough. This right here is me. I had to draw an edge line around the inside of the brace, so because I didn't want to take too much out of the wood. You know, obviously you don't want to have the wall of the brace paper thin. So I think I did 2.5 or 3 inches away from the outside. That's how much I left. And so, but I think I go right over to the driver that's going in here. Yeah, right there. That's the driver that's going in. It's a very popular subwoofer right now. It's the Dayton ultimax 18-inch driver. Very nice driver. Very hard to beat for the money. This was me cutting the inside part of the brace out, and my dog aggravating the crap out of me because he wouldn't move. He actually is a good dog. He listens all the time, but just I don't know if there's something going on, then he feels that he needs to be there right by your side. Oh, and something that I didn't mention in the last clip was the holes that I drill in there, the little pilot holes. What that's for is so you can have some room to get your blade from your Sawzall, so you can get that down into the wood and actually cut your to cut the bracing. You could use a circular saw. I don't have one, so I had to use a Sawzall that I had. And actually, the blade was dull as could be too, or either that or just a Sawzall just doesn't work for MDF that well. I don't know. I think the blade was just dull. And then what I'm using to hold that down right there too is it's a piece of countertop, the granite countertops that we had installed 2 years ago. And we was actually going to throw that piece away, and I decided to keep it, and I'm glad I did. Any subwoofer that I've built, I always use that piece of granite right there to put on top to hold the front baffle onto the other part whenever I glue it down. There's just a couple pictures of the inside of the box when it was basically ready to go, and there's the Loctite glue, air spray glue, and the mattress foam, mattress topper that you can buy at Walmart for 15 bucks, and then all the 3 ports. And the inside of the bracing, I actually use the round over bit on those to make them nice. But the box came out nice. I used the round over bit on the outside to round over all the edges, and then once I mudded it and sanded it, it actually came out nice. And I mentioned earlier in the video about the ports. Whenever I made them, they were a little bit bigger than I wanted them to be, but I thought they turned out pretty sweet. And I think they're coming up, and I think they did. They turned out freaking sweet in my opinion. It gives it a certain look. I don't know what it is, but to me, that's just badass right there. Those lines that you've seen from the paint roller too, you can't see those once all the paint dried. So if anything that I've just done in this video interests you, or it's something that you like, then do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And I have a couple more videos that I'm going to try to get out in the next week or so, and hopefully just try to help some people further their audio experience. So until next time, YouTubers, thanks.